Hello and welcome to another Gwent video. I've been playing the Scoia'tael faction for quite a while now, like probably the majority of the beta. I started with the monsters and I started playing games on each of the factions. I found like I've had the most fun with Scoia'tael, and now I've just been playing in almost every single match. And I just wanted to sort of go through my deck and my strategy to this. Just sort of go through all the cards in the Scoia'tael deck and why I've chosen, how I use them to actually get quite a good win rate. I have quite a good win rate. I think I mean, I do lose. It's not obviously no deck's going to be the best deck in the world, but it's done well so far. So I just wanted to go through it a bit. So I guess we'll just start with these up here. So these guys, they're only two, but I feel like they're a really good replacement for Azor's Thunder, how do you pronounce it? Because it takes 5 away from any card, which is really good. Like I don't really like filling the specials up with these just to take away stuff, and this is just good for adding strength to your total on one side and just taking away, especially if there's cards you really need to get rid of. Like there's the cards in the Foltest deck that really annoy me. It's the catapults at the back. Let me try and find them. If you'll let me exit. So Foltest, these guys here, they're 4, and it's quite easy to just take them out in like one. Just certain cards that you want to take out in one. Let's go back. Where is it? There it is. So yeah, that's for them. Hawker Support. This is probably one of the best cards in the Scoia'tael deck. To be honest, it's if ignored, if your opponent doesn't take them out quickly, or doesn't take them out straight away, they can really become a problem when they start building up in numbers. Like with these cards that play random specials and these that replay the mercenaries, it's really good to just, especially since I used to think this card was really bad, but then I just realized it was because I had Scorch in my deck. Like if you just put special cards in here that are just beneficial to you, like I put Bite and Frost in because I haven't got any close combat cards that can actually even get affected by it. If you just fill this up with stuff that benefits you, you can just use tons of these, and it will just, you can just, because I remember using it early and I just ended up scorching my own cards because I mean you could have Scorch, but it really depends. You got to be careful with it, and maybe if he's got a high card you could then put one of these and then hope for a Scorch, but sometimes it's not that good, especially with these building up 3 each time you use a special card, and I pretty much use all of these up just to try and get these guys up. So that's what these guys are pretty much as well. You can use these if you need to reuse these to take away 5 if they like revive a card or something, or these if you need to. The gold cards, Sultan's sort of just a placeholder until I get a better one. He is good, but because he's pretty much one of the dwarven defenders here, but he's got 5, so he's alright, but I would prefer to have a better one, to be honest. Same with Siri, I'm not really a fan. I'd rather get a better one, but this one I actually bought after milling loads of cards. It's probably the best Scoia'tael legendary out in the entire faction, to be honest. It's just you can play any special card, and then linked with this as well, you can replay it, so you can play it. You can have, yeah, it's just really good, especially if you're using multiple Commander's Horns, that you can just stack up on any special you want, especially with these. And then even with Nature's Gift, you can keep using multiple specials, especially with Commander's Horn. Dwarven Skirmisher, yeah, they're just good all round. There's just sort of, I have got a deck where I haven't got these, which is here. So I've just filled up on these with 3 of each of these, but sometimes it's just, I don't know, it's just, I don't know what it is, it's just too much to be able to, because you're just constantly trying to get these down with the special, and then specialing to put them up, and then replaying these. But then sometimes you just need a card just for maybe like the first round, just to sort of annoy them a bit and take their strength down. So Johnny's a really good card. I wouldn't use him on anything but a gold. If you draw him but don't draw a gold, I'd probably redraw him or something, because if you have a gold, say Zoltan, if I draw Zoltan and Johnny, I would, or even Ciri. These two here I'd like to keep, but with Zoltan and Ciri, it's really good just to use him, because it will, say if you just spawn another Zoltan, so it spawns a card, so it discards this, and it spawns a card of the same quality, so it will be gold, you'll get a gold back, but it's random from your gold cards from the opponent's gold cards. So I've actually got like a Philippa Alhart card just from using this from someone else, and I've got it in my hand and I can use it against them. But yeah, the good thing about it as well, since it spawns it, you could use it on, say, this. No, you could use it on Zoltan, and then you'd spawn, say you'd just randomly spawn another Zoltan. If you can actually, the Zoltan actually goes back into your deck, so you can actually draw another Zoltan, so you have two Zoltans, so it spawns it, which is really good. It's just sometimes that you just get the same cards and you don't end up doing much with it, but it's really useful, especially if you're trying to get their cards. This Yarpen guy, he's just genuinely good. He's pretty much a replacement for a one card replacement for like having 2 of these or 3 of these, because they're only a 3 strength. This card's just generally good around because it affects silvers. You can say if I put this guy down on the first round, I could, and he survives to the next round, I can use this to bring him back and play him again, so his effect lasts for the next round as well, because it doesn't stay on like Zoltan or these dwarves. It goes after 1 round, so you can replay him. You could use this to replay Johnny if you needed to. It really just, especially as well, because you can use this to take away any negative effects. So if they've taken down this to like 1, you can take it back, and as soon as any card goes back in your hand, it resets back to his base strength. So it also takes away the enemy's highest card as well. So if they've buffed a card with potions and commander's horns and it's like 30 something, you can just use that. It'll go back into the hand and go back to like the base strength, which is great. So yeah, these specials, no scorches, nothing that will actually affect me negatively. This card's quite nice to have. It is a bit situational, but if they've got like a weather card or something, you can put that down in the weather, so it isn't as big of a problem with the 11 strength. What cards we got in here I haven't put in. So yeah, the traps are kind of, sometimes I put the trap with this, which is quite good, because then if you place that down on their row, this trap on their row, you can activate it yourself with this, since it's disloyal, and then it will actually take away 7, because this takes away 2, this takes away 5, which is actually quite devastating if there's quite a lot of cards on the row. There's a lot of dwarven cards in it. I think I'm going to do another video, because I have got a dwarf deck which is full of these guys, which is actually really fun to play, so I won't go over them yet. This guy here, he's not really that special. Add 1 strength to the weakest. Yeah, I don't. That's another great one for playing down. If you've got a trap, you can play that down and that will activate it. Take them out. These commando guys, I don't see the point in them. They're just, I don't know, having 2, it's just not really that special, to be honest. Not as good as these cards, the Hawker support cards. These might seem like they're good at 7, but really you're going to build up a lot with these, and these go up to 6 if you use them right. So I don't know, these are just a bit. This guy, he's in my dwarf deck, but he's not in this one, mainly because I put Bite and Frost in. So if I accidentally, one of these plays Bite and Frost and he's out, it's kind of not really good. I've got Geralt, but I put Ciri in instead, just because sometimes it's nicer to have it returned to you if you need to. Have a look at some of the cards I ain't got in the collection, maybe. Filter. Just go Scoia'tael. Where, right, yeah, so let's just filter a sec. So we've got rare. Yeah, this guy isn't the same with the commander guys, they're not really that good. Epic. See, I'm not too sure about this card. It seems like it would be nice, but it's very situational, because it does say when any special card is played. So you've got to be at a point where you are not buffing your cards at all anymore. Maybe if you use this as the last card to try and stop their last card, maybe because a lot of people wait to use their Scorches to the last card or their weather card, so it might be nice for that, but I really can't see a use, because I just feel like it should be just the opponent's special cards. It just say when any non-gold special card is played, cancel its effects. So I don't know about that card. That's really situational. Same with that. It's just, I don't know how many of them you're going to have on the field at once, to be honest. That's alright, I guess, depending on if you have... This is nice. I did have this for a bit, but then I milled it. It's nice if you need to get a specific silver card down. Look at legendaries. Yeah, this is the only legend. I did actually craft this with the scraps. I have to grind them for a while. Yeah, I think this is the best legendary, to be honest. It's remove 6 is, yes. See, there's cards like this that might be good with these, but I don't know. You'd have to build the deck all around that, and it's just not. This is an overall good card, I guess. That's just, I don't see the point in that one. That's just a bit. There's plenty of other cards that do that are not legendary. That's another one with using the commandos. So leader cards, I really had trouble not using the redraw, because it's really nice just to redraw 3 cards, especially if you're looking for a certain card. But this card mixed with used with this is just really good. It's how you get like quintuple Commander's Horns or like triple Commander's Horns. It's just insane. This guy's good, but then again, that's a specific silver card. This guy would be nice in my dwarf deck actually, but let's just go back for now. I don't want to go over neutral cards because they can be in any deck. Let's go in here again. I feel like the only problem with this is because a lot of my tactics involved in this is just getting multiple Commander's Horns down. Like I usually put these ones that go in any row on this back row because not a lot of people have rain, except for monsters maybe. And the monsters obviously always have fog, and there's so many biting frost that go down. I don't really put them up there. But yeah, I put these down in this row most of the time, and try and buff that with Commander's Horn. Where did I put that? Put that back. But yeah, so I think that's the only problem, because if I Commander's Horn, I've got multiple different ones that are different strengths. So sometimes the Scorches isn't really that bad for this deck because it's got multiple on this backline that I'm going to be Commander's Horning. And if I play it right and maybe don't play these at the same time, maybe play this, buff it with a special so it goes up by 3, and then play another one, so that they're different numbers, so that if they do Scorch, they don't get both. I feel that's just common sense. You shouldn't really be playing 2 cards that have the same strength, especially if you're going to buff them up by quite a bit. I feel like the only deck I've really had a problem with against is some people have a decks of monster that just have everything based around like weather effects. Like they have multiple fogs, multiple biting frost, multiple rains, and I think that's what cripples this. I mean, what's great about this is it actually counters quite a lot of specials. Like this Lacerate card, it's completely useless because as soon as they play it, this guy gets buffed by 3 and then it attacks him, so he goes down to 2. Same with, I mean, maybe not this Thunder card. It depends if he's 5 or not. If he's been buffed to 5, it will, because he'll go up by 2 and then this will take him down to 1. So they can actually counter quite a lot of cards, especially with this card as well, Stammelford's Trauma. It's because it always plays it. He gets the buff and then it does its effects, so he'll get the buff to 5 for them even playing this card, and then it'll take it down to 3. I just think I don't know, this card, if ignored, a lot of people know how good this card is and they will just like target it with all of their like damage dealings. So, and there's not really any way I can revive. That's why I have multiple, and and in the other deck I had like 3 of them, because sometimes you do need to play more, but once you've got them down and you can start playing these specials to get stuff down, it can be really quite good to get. I think the only thing with this deck is maybe getting some cards to replace Zoltan and Siri. I'm not entirely sure what I would get though. Some like gold cards. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It's not really that makes the deck though. It's the I don't know. There you go. It's the special cards. It's using constant special cards over and over. Like, I feel like at the start when you redraw, you need to just make sure you have some of these, and then just redraw all of your specials that you have in your hand, except for maybe Commander's Horn and Nature's Gift. If you've got them, keep them, but just redraw all the other specials, because you're going to be putting them in with these cards anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I couldn't really see anything else. You could maybe put a fog in, but then you'd be limited to just putting stuff on this back line here, which isn't really that great. Thunderbolt can be alright, I guess, sometimes, but you're not really ever sure if you've got multiple of the same one at once, so but yeah, I think that's about it. I think I was gonna cut some footage of me playing with this deck. I'm not gonna play a live game or anything. I'm just gonna cut some footage in. Well, I guess you'll see it if it's in. But I think I might do my dwarf deck next. I've got it over here. I'm not going to show it yet, but it's not as good as this one. I think this is the best Scoia'tael deck you can get. These cards are just so powerful once you've got them going with the specials, and especially this, and like the multiple Commander's Horns with the Nature's Gift, and then using this leader card. Even without this leader card, you can still get this Commander's Horn with the Last Wish, or not the Last Wish, the Nature's Gift, and then this if you've got it. But the main part of it is these cards that let you replay these mercenaries, and then these cards which get buffed with specials. I think that's the main point here with this deck. It's just, and then obviously just playing them on. I think best row is here, is the back siege row, because not a lot of people have that locked down with rain or anything. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I've had a pretty good win rate with it so far. But yeah, I haven't actually bought any kegs to get this. I've not have real money. I've actually grinded all of it. I'm level, where am I? Level 38 at the minute. So I've been grinding to get this deck. I haven't really, to be honest, I've actually left all the other decks. I haven't really got any good cards in the other decks. I've just focused on the Scoia'tael at the minute. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. I'll cut some stuff in so you can see what the deck looks like in action. But yeah, I think that's it for this video.